Welcome back to New Venture Mentor, your source for straightforward advice to help you plan, launch, and grow your startup or small business. I'm Kate Costa, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of optimizing your work schedule for your own peak performance times. When I first started my business, I basically didn't have any structure. I would do work whenever I felt like it or if I had a deadline, and it was really inconsistent, so I wasn't getting as much done as I should have been. In order to combat this, I decided that if I was going to actually have a business, I should behave like a normal business and keep normal business hours. So I started saying I would work from 9 to 5 each day. And while I did usually sit in front of my computer from 9 to 5, I wasn't exactly working productively that whole time. Now, I've done a few other videos about productivity tips and tools, but I haven't talked about when to work yet. And for me, that's actually what makes all the difference. The best hours for me are 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. So once I got over the idea that I was supposed to act like a business if I wanted to really be a business, I started getting up at 4:45 or 5 in the morning, working for about 4 hours, and then doing some of the basics of the day, working out if I was going to, showering, breakfast, reading the news, dishes, other chores around the house. I mean, whatever. Then I would eat lunch and do a little bit more work in the afternoon from, say, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., and that was that. If I needed to meet with people, I would schedule those meetings for lunch or later, always. Now, this isn't exactly the typical work schedule, but it's what worked for me. Now that I'm no longer a nomad, for the time being anyway, I still find that this is what works for me. I get up early, I work from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., and then I typically go to yoga and then go to the office. My best work gets done in those first few hours of the day when my mind is sharp and uncluttered and nobody else is awake to distract me with texts, calls, and emails. Now, my boyfriend has his own business as well, and he's found that his schedule is totally the opposite of mine. He likes to relax in the morning and finds that the inspiration to get shit done will suddenly hit him around 2 p.m., and then he'll be in the zone until 7 or 8, and that's what works for him. The point is that each person's sweet spot is different, and figuring out yours and then respecting it will make it easier for you to succeed as an entrepreneur. Your most precious resource is your time, and working when you're going to be most productive will save you oodles of it. I can literally get stuff done in the hour between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. that would take me 2 or 3 hours to get through in the afternoon. That's a pretty major increase in productivity. Also, make sure you understand how long you can go in between breaks before your productivity declines. For most people, roughly 90 minutes is the ideal slot of time for you to work, and then you should physically get up and get away from your computer and do something completely different and ideally physical to give your brain a break. Now, not everyone's the same here, but again, you want to figure out where your sweet spot is and then give yourself permission to cater to what works for you. Now, of course, there are going to be exceptions to this rule. Some businesses will require certain hours in order to be easily accessible for their customers, and sometimes you'll have to take a meeting at a time that's not ideal for you. But being aware of when you do your best work is still important. You might need your bakery to be open from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. for your customers, but if your peak productivity is at 7 p.m., that's when you should do any strategic planning or creative pursuits like developing a new marketing campaign. I know this seems ridiculously simple, but trust me, it'll do wonders for your productivity, which can do wonders for your business overall. That's it for this week here on New Venture Mentor. If you liked this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it on social media. Also, I've recently enabled community contributions on all of my YouTube videos, so I would be incredibly appreciative if any of you would be willing to take a stab at translating some of those videos so that people who speak languages other than English can access them. You don't have to do it all, of course, but any little bit helps, so thank you in advance to those of you who decide to contribute. That's it for now, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on New Venture Mentor.